The location of the Ark of the Covenant remains one of history's great mysteries. The Ark, described in the Bible as a gold-covered chest containing the stone tablets of the Ten Commandments, holds profound significance for Jews, Christians, and other religious traditions due to its divine origin and its role in biblical narratives. Theories about its location: Ethiopia. One of the most compelling theories suggests the Ark is in Ethiopia, specifically in the Church of St. Mary of Zion in Aksum. According to Ethiopian tradition, the Ark was brought to Ethiopia by Menelik I, the son of King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba. The church's monks claim to guard the Ark, but no one outside the clergy is allowed to see it, leaving the claim unverifiable. Jerusalem. Another theory posits the Ark was hidden beneath the Temple Mount in Jerusalem before the destruction of the first temple by the Babylonians in 586 BCE. Archaeological excavations in this area are politically and religiously sensitive, so the theory remains speculative. Lost or destroyed? Some historians believe the Ark may have been destroyed during the Babylonian conquest or hidden so well that its location has been lost to history. Southern Africa. Some speculate that the Ark traveled through Africa, possibly to Zimbabwe or South Africa, following ancient trade routes. Other theories suggest the Ark could be in Rome, Egypt, or even hidden in the caves of the Judean desert. Some fringe theories propose it was taken to far-flung locations like Ireland or hidden in Europe during the Crusades. Why is it important? Religious significance. The Ark is considered the most sacred artifact in Judaism, symbolizing God's covenant with the Israelites and his presence among them. In Christianity, the Ark is often viewed as a precursor to the new covenant through Jesus Christ. Cultural and historical value. The Ark represents a tangible link to ancient biblical history and traditions. Its discovery would validate or challenge numerous historical and theological claims. Mystical power. According to biblical accounts, the Ark possessed divine power, capable of parting rivers, striking down enemies, and even causing death to those who touched it without authorization. This has fueled its allure as both a spiritual and mystical object. Regarding the one in Ethiopia that is inside a church guarded by monks for life, many of them developed cataracts, and it is said that anyone who looks at it or touches it dies. The claim that the Ark of the Covenant resides in Ethiopia, inside the Church of St. Mary of Zion in Aksum, is one of the most intriguing and enduring theories about its whereabouts. According to Ethiopian tradition, the Ark was brought to Aksum by Menelik I, the son of King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba. It has reportedly been kept there ever since, guarded by a single monk, known as the Guardian of the Ark, who dedicates his entire life to protecting it. It has been reported that many of the monks who guard the Ark eventually develop cataracts or go blind. This has fueled speculation about the Ark's supposed divine or supernatural energy. Some theorists suggest the Ark might emit a form of radiation or other energy which could be harmful to those who come into prolonged proximity with it. Cataracts, which can result from radiation exposure, could be seen as evidence of this. However, this theory remains speculative and unverified. Religious believers attribute the health issues to the Ark's divine power, which in the Bible is described as overwhelming and potentially dangerous. For example, in 2 Samuel chapter 6, verses 6 to 7, Uzzah touched the Ark and was struck dead instantly for handling it improperly. In 1 Samuel chapter 6, verse 19, the Bible recounts that 70 men of Beth Shemesh were killed after looking into the Ark. These accounts have perpetuated the belief that the Ark is not meant to be touched or gazed upon by ordinary humans. Another explanation for the cataracts and blindness could be environmental factors, such as prolonged exposure to sunlight during their outdoor duties or other health conditions unrelated to the Ark itself. The tradition of the Ark being deadly to those who touch or gaze upon it is deeply rooted in its biblical descriptions. The Ethiopian narrative reinforces this, claiming that the guardian of the Ark is the only one allowed to see or approach it, and he must undergo a lifetime of prayer and purification to serve in this role. While this monk is revered and respected, the role is said to carry grave risks. Many guardians reportedly die prematurely. Some claim they are struck down by the sheer power of the Ark if they fail to maintain the required level of holiness or ritual purity. No outside party, including historians, archaeologists, or scientists, has been allowed to verify the Ark's presence in the church. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church maintains strict secrecy, and even the Patriarch of the Ethiopian Church is said to be unable to view the Ark. The lack of access has led to a mix of skepticism and fascination. Some believe the claims are symbolic or allegorical, while others take them literally. The tales of death and blindness surrounding the Ark only add to its mystery and spiritual gravitas. The belief that the Ark is in Ethiopia and possesses such immense power highlights its role as a symbol of divine presence and authority. Whether one interprets the stories through the lens of faith, history, or legend, the Ark continues to inspire awe and reverence. Does the Ark contain the tablets with the 10 Commandments handed to Moses by God? Yes, according to the Bible, the Ark of the Covenant is said to contain the stone tablets of the 10 Commandments, which were handed to Moses by God on Mount Sinai. This makes the Ark one of the most sacred objects in biblical history, revered as a direct connection between God and the Israelites. The Bible specifies the contents of the Ark in several passages. The most notable items in the Ark are the 2 stone tablets inscribed with the 10 Commandments. These tablets represent God's covenant with the Israelites, serving as the foundation of their moral and legal code. The Bible also mentions other sacred items that may have been kept in or near the Ark at certain times. A golden jar of manna, symbolizing God's provision during the Israelites' journey in the wilderness, and Aaron's rod that budded, which confirmed Aaron's divine appointment as high priest. However, some scholars debate whether these items were stored inside the Ark itself or placed alongside it. The 10 Commandments represent God's law. They are a direct communication of God's will, serving as a moral and spiritual guide for humanity. The Ark, housing the commandments, symbolizes God dwelling among his people. It was placed in the Holy of Holies in the tabernacle and later in the first temple in Jerusalem, where it was seen as the center of God's presence on earth. The tablets embody the covenant between God and the Israelites, establishing their unique relationship as his chosen people. The fate of the 10 Commandments and other contents of the Ark is unknown, as the Ark itself disappeared from historical records. The last biblical reference to the Ark occurs during the reign of King Josiah, before the Babylonian conquest in 586 BCE. After this, its location and the status of its contents became a matter of mystery and speculation. If the Ark still exists, many believe it would still hold the tablets of the 10 Commandments, preserving their sacred significance. The inclusion of the 10 Commandments in the Ark underscores its spiritual and historical significance. It connects believers to the foundational moment of divine revelation at Mount Sinai. It serves as a reminder of the moral and spiritual responsibilities handed down by God. It reinforces the idea of the Ark as more than an artifact. It is a symbol of God's law, covenant, and presence. The belief that the Ark holds the tablets makes it a priceless and sacred object for Jews and Christians, adding to its enduring mystique and importance. Wasn't the Ark carried into battles to help defeat the enemies of the Israelites? Yes, the Ark of the Covenant was indeed carried into battles as a symbol of God's presence and divine power, and it played a central role in several key victories for the Israelites as described in the Bible. The Ark was seen not only as a sacred object, but also as a manifestation of God's guidance and protection. One of the most famous instances is in the conquest of Jericho. The Ark was carried by priests as they marched around the city for 7 days, accompanied by the sounding of trumpets. On the 7th day, after circling the city 7 times and blowing the trumpets, the walls of Jericho collapsed, allowing the Israelites to capture the city. This event highlights the Ark's role as a divine instrument of victory. The Ark was taken into battle against the Philistines during the time of Eli the priest. However, this battle was different. The Israelites were defeated, and the Ark was captured by the Philistines. The capture of the Ark is significant because it demonstrates that the Ark's power depended on the faith and obedience of the Israelites, not on the object itself. While in Philistine hands, the Ark caused chaos and was placed in the temple of their god Dagon, and the statue of Dagon fell face down before the Ark. Later, the Philistines experienced plagues, prompting them to return the Ark to Israel. This underscores the ark's divine power, even when it was away from its people. During the reign of King David, the ark symbolized God's favor and presence in Israel's military endeavors. For instance, when David brought the ark to Jerusalem, it was celebrated with great rejoicing, symbolizing the establishment of God's blessing over the kingdom. The Israelites believed that carrying the ark into battle brought God's presence among them, ensuring victory against their enemies. The ark reminded the Israelites of their covenant with God and their dependence on Him for success and protection. For the Israelites, the ark boosted morale and faith in battle. For their enemies, the ark instilled fear, as it was associated with miraculous victories like Jericho. The story of the ark's capture by the Philistines serves as a cautionary tale. It shows that the Israelites could not use the ark as a magical weapon. Their defeat occurred because they treated the ark as a mere object of power, while neglecting their faithfulness and obedience to God. This illustrates that the ark's power was not inherent, but was tied to the Israelites' relationship with God. The use of the ark in battles reinforces its role as a physical representation of God's covenant and favor, a testament to divine power and intervention, and a reminder of the importance of faith and obedience to God. While the ark is no longer present in modern times, its role in Israelite battles remains a vivid symbol of how spiritual faith and divine support can lead to victory in both literal and metaphorical battles.